Netflix is testing collections that are curated by humans instead of algorithms. This is really interesting. It's cool. So much of our online lives now seem to be on some sort of algorithmic rails where we're just like getting jostled around. The algorithms are determining what our experiences, how our experiences play out, map out. Netflix is doing something kind of old-fashioned, and it reminded me of movie rental stores. You know how you have like
new releases?
No, how like the different people who work there have their picks.
Oh, right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, we're dated now. We're old, a couple of old dudes, me and
Top
you.
picks.
Yeah, a couple senior citizens, you and I.
Yeah.
We're sitting around, we're playing chess or something, talking about the good old days in the movie rental store. But yeah, that's something they would do. And then you would maybe have a guy whose recommendations aligned well with you in the past, and he was like your human algorithm. So you would come in the store and you'd be like, okay, here's his picks. He liked The Godfather. So if he likes this other movie, I should give that one a shot as well. Now, that could go any which way because that's a human being. Human beings make mistakes too, and human beings are weird and nuanced. So that could be maybe less efficient than an algorithm. So that's what makes it so surprising that Netflix is taking a step backwards in time here in having these human curated sections. For the time being, it's iOS only. That's probably telling that they're just experimenting on iOS. Some of the categories include Explore Great Britain, Real and Riveting, Find Your Next Series, Just for Laughs, Oddballs and Outcasts, Let's Be Real, Let's Keep It Light. I don't know. I mean, how do you even come up with these names over here? Short and funny. It's quite a few, in fact, and they're testing it out. You know, this thing could easily evaporate if it has terrible performance. You know what? They have all this data on you. They're going to be able to figure out if you spend more time on Netflix navigating in this fashion versus strictly algorithmically with the current way that suggestions operate, where it just says for you and it bases it off of what it knows about you. If this outperforms that, you're going to see a lot more of this. But I just find it hard to believe that humans are going to outpace the algorithmic suggestions. It'll be interesting to see. That said, I do think Netflix needs to be thinking about stuff like this because I know through my own personal Netflix experiences, I feel like they're missing me on certain occasions. I feel like some of the suggestions don't line up. Maybe they're having algorithm problems.
Right.
Algorithm stuff is hard too. Someone who actually works on algorithms with algorithm stuff is hard too. You know, the oversimplification. Well, yeah, of course it's hard to figure out. So we'll see how the humans do up against the algorithms. It's a gigantic experiment happening over on Netflix. If you have iOS, you can jump over to your app and see if you're seeing this version and check it out. Determine if these humans know what they're talking about or if they're setting you up for failure.